Hey, Ethan. So, class tonight. Class this morning went really well. That said, it is a 28-minute AMRAP, so you do want to remind people, hey, like, we're going to be at this for a while, and you guys are going to want to pace yourself. If it's 5 minutes in and you're feeling like you're dying, that's not good. Like, maybe at the 20-minute mark we feel like we're dying, and then hang in there for the last 8 minutes, but like, pacing yourself is essential here. So what we have, I had the rowers underneath the rack, and then the bikes, 1, 2, 3, kind of in front of the TV. And it is going to be, I had half the people starting off on the bikes and rowers, half the people starting out with the snatches, or lateral lunges, and carries. So 28 minutes, they're going to start out, and they're going to do 5 calories on the rower or bike. Then they're going to come on over and do 1 round of 16 dumbbell snatches. Those are hang snatches. I'll demo those in a second. It is 8 each side, so they can alternate if they want. They can do 8 and 8. I'm not too picky there. And then 12 lateral lunges. Those I do want people alternating with, so 6 each side, 12 total alternating. And then 3 times down and back of a carry of their choice. Once they finish those, then they'll go back, they'll knock out 5 calories on the other machine. Then they'll come back, they'll knock out their snatches, lunges, carries. They'll head back to the machines, they'll do 10 calories on one of the machines. Come back over, snatch, lunge, carry, 10 on the other. 15 over here, 15, and then just working their way up in calories. The kind of nice thing about this is that it starts out really heavy with the snatches, lunges, and carries, and then as it goes along, it becomes a little bit more on the bike and rower, so it kind of changes as it goes and gives a little bit of variety. Anyways, for the warm-up, I put the general warm-up in there, or I put the dynamic warm-up in there because I kind of did some iterations of it. I did start out with some adductor rockers, so on all fours, their foot is off to the side, they're sitting back, trying to open up their hamstrings and their groin a little bit for those lateral lunges. Then I went into some cat-cows, so arching one direction, arching the other. And then I did some child's pose and up dog, working back and forth a few times. And then up dog and down dog a few times. And then I had them do some Spider-Man stretch on each side. If they want to throw in reaching and opening, they can. Again, a few times on each side. And then I had them do inchworms, walking it in, walking it out. And then some bootstrappers. So dropping that butt nice and low, bringing the chest up. And then to here. And then I had them do some lateral lunges, stepping, just body weight, just trying to get warmed up. So that was the general warm-up. Then I explained the workout, and I demoed the movements. So the snatches, since those are hang snatches, they're taking them from slightly below the knee, popping it up, bringing it overhead. They've got 16 of those, 8 each side, or 16 alternating. If they want to keep the dumbbell for their lateral lunges, they can. Some people did, some people didn't. But holding it at chest level if they are, either way, big step out and coming in. One big thing to note with the lateral lunges that a lot of times people do, they come out and the leg stays straight, but then they kind of bend that inside leg and push off there. Whereas instead, we should keep that out, or this leg straight and push entirely with that outside leg to come back up. So yeah, those are your lateral lunges. And then I just showed them a few different variations of the carry. So I said, okay, if you're gonna use both kettlebells, cool. We can do a simple farmer's carry. We can do a nice front rack carry. I like to tell people, think about like we're trying to block a punch to the stomach. So we're not way out here. That's not blocking anything. We're kind of tucked in and crunched in a little bit to kind of block that punch. We can do an overhead carry. We can do a contralateral carry of any variation, however they want to do. Or they can do a single kettlebell in the farmer's carry or suitcase carry, front rack, overhead, or they can do a goblet carry. When they're doing their carries, they can do whatever variations they want. I do try to encourage people probably stick with the same variation for all 3 times down and back, so that way you're not like trying to switch each time that you get to one end or whatever, because then it just gets really funky and slows you down. Yeah, so then after I demoed the movements, I had people, I split people up, and I had everybody do 30 seconds of each movement with 15 seconds of transition between. So one group was doing 30 seconds of snatches, 15 seconds of transition, then they were doing 15 seconds of lateral lunges, 15 seconds of transition, 30 seconds of a carry, and then I did 2 rounds to do that. The second round I said, hey, maybe you're trying a little bit heavier weight, maybe you're trying a different variation of the carry, whatever the case might be. I got all that wrapped up, those practice rounds and everything, right at about the like 20-minute mark. So I gave them 2 minutes rest, or 2 minutes to grab water, use the restroom, grab out the weights that they're gonna be using. Basically, they're gonna kind of have a station set up where they'll have their water bottle, towel, dumbbell. That's gonna be kind of in this vicinity. So not under the rack because that's where the rowers were, not over there because that's where the bikes were, and not next to the dumbbell rack because that's where the carries are gonna happen. So kind of having their own area set up with their dumbbell and their water bottle. And then, yeah, like I said, I had half the people start on the machines, half the people start on the snatch, lunge, carry. Yeah, and then it went really well. At the end, I don't remember what I had people do for stretching. I think it's written on the document. Yeah, I think we lacrosse balled the glutes, lacrosse balled the quads and IT bands. Yeah, and then lacrosse balled the mid trap. So kind of somewhere basically halfway down the shoulder blade, in between the shoulder blade and the spine. So yeah, it went really well. It was a really good class. Who knows what class will look like tonight with the weather, but I'm gonna plan on being in class, and I will see you tonight. Thanks, Ethan.